So as we leave in like 12 days for Sturgis, thought it was about time to start getting the bike packed, and I might have some folks that have not done this before and wonder what folks take out there. I can show you what I do. I'm able to pack for 2 people for the trip. Um, by no means a definitive answer of what to take, but maybe some tips and tricks that you haven't heard before. Different little things I've learned over the years of doing this. Travel quite a bit in a motorcycle. This is my 9th trip out to Sturgis now. Full disclosure, it's about 1,500 miles from the house to where we're staying. Actually, Deadwood would be closer to, real close to 16. So, without further ado, we get this thing spun around, show you what we're taking, why we're taking it, and how I pack it. So we'll pause here and we'll flip the thing around and start over. So where to begin with this hot mess? Well, I think maybe the first thing I want to show you guys, one of the tricks I picked up, is the use of Crown roll bags. These make great stuff sacks. Don't drink as much as what it seems like I do because I have a ton of these things. I used to own a bar, and my wife was a bartender for a long time, so we would just kind of capture these bad boys as they were being used. So in the case of this one, it has liners for my coat. There's a rain liner in there and my regular liner. This one is a Harley Davidson rain gear bag, which does have my rain gear pants in it, the wife's frog togs, seat cover for the Harley because I have a Mustang seat that's stitched, which does tend to leak a little bit. So that just makes it real easy to get the stuff in one area, so that you can find it real easy when you need it. If you notice, my rain gear coat is not there. One of the things that we picked up on doing a while ago, this is Jen's coat. This is I believe it's pronounced Spide. It's an Italian coat. This thing is waterproof on its own. Saves packing, saves you getting caught. Pretty damn nice coat. They're not the cheapest thing. They're not as expensive as the leather, but it does great in the rain. I have taken using Harley Davidson's version of basically an ADV coat. A friend of mine that was in the non-vets, he recommended this, and the thing about Turk, the man rode when it snowed. He said the coat was warm and waterproof. I took him at his word, so that's what I did. Went with that because it works. It's definitely nice not to have to pack the extra gear, so spin this around real quick. Of course, full face helmets, folks. I can't stress enough how big of a deal it is to have a full face when you're out there. You're going to get caught in the rain. If you're riding, whether you're riding out, I don't care if you're you're trailing your bikes out, once you get there and actually get out and ride, you'll be very happy to have that gear with you if you get caught. Everything here is further apart than what it looks like. So if you leave Sturgis and get down to the bottom of Custer, just know it's a couple hours to get back up to Sturgis. Nothing's a straight shot. Everything's further than what it looks like it is. So it's good to have this gear just to keep you from getting caught in a hell of a bad rainstorm and not being able to see what you're doing. So some of the other stuff that we have here, various assortment of gloves. Jen's regular riding gloves, mine are on the bike. These are a new addition. These are Thrash and Supply rain gloves. They work great. I've got to test mine out once. They work fantastic. Of course, different baculas, I guess you would say, in case you need them for something. Worst case scenario, if you have unpacked your bike because you're going shopping, these can be a godsend when it's raining. Of course, empty Crown roll bag, probably glasses or something in that. I don't have fairing lowers on my Road Glide. So these are basically, they call them elephant ears. I think these are Kiriakins. They go on real easy, help keep you a little bit more dry. Definitely work. They're nice. The nicest thing about them is you don't take those things off when it's really warm. The other thing we're going to take, a couple hats. Now, you can wonder why we're taking cowboy hats. First of all, these are crushable. And they pop right back where they were. So if you're out in the sun all day, especially say at the Buffalo Chipper concert, or if you're staying at a campground, this hat's nice. Doesn't offer the sun protection that, say, that cowboy hat would have. It's very nice to see if you get caught in the rain. Or if you're at a concert late and it's getting a little bit cool outside, that's perfect. It's really good. It's good for keeping the sun off you, keep you a little bit warm too. And underneath those, I have saddlebag liner and a tour trunk liner. We'll use them just for some of our luggage. Probably use the saddlebag liner as my overnight bag. And then the big mama here for everything, this Nelson Riggs. That thing holds a ton of stuff. We bought that the last time we were out in Sturgis. Quite frankly, got really sick of using duffel bags that didn't really hold up, didn't have a rain cover. Something they always wanted to fall off the top of the tour trunk. So the Nelson Riggs doesn't move. Once you lock that thing down using its strapping system that it has, flip this over, just wraps around the tour pack, the luggage rack for it, cinch it tight, it stays on great, doesn't move. We used it coming back last year and it was fantastic. So just a couple of little things that we do. Really, honestly, if you guys are around a local bar, I'm sure they're going to have those bags. You can get them. If you happen to be a Crown Royal drinker, those things are great to reuse for that. I know other folks, and I do this a lot too. I have 2 other sets of these things I use for brake calipers or controls on the bike when I have them off. You can hang them off your handlebars or crash bars to keep them from just dry hanging on the on the controls themselves or on the brake lines or something like that. So just a few things that we do. I'll go over getting this stuff in the bike. One thing I was remiss to talk about that I don't want to forget, because this is a big deal. This Indy Ridge bag, and yes, I have their gloves and they're good gloves. I like them, just not making this trip. It's where I keep all the sunscreen. But this stuff, the Banana Boat 100 works great. It's whatever you want to use. Man, stuff's good shit. It really does work. And sunscreen is huge out there. It's a big deal. So one of the other couple other things that we take, these are Wiley X with photosensitive lenses. Also inside, this is, you can get this at Walmart almost anywhere. It's lens cleaner. It's smaller. Works really well for cleaning your lenses. It also works great on like the radio. So the screen of my V2 will get hogged up as we're driving. This works. This works really well. It helps out a hell of a lot, and you have sun glare behind you. Although that thing's pretty good for not having to deal with it as much as I did with the original Soundstream I had. You couldn't really see it when the sun was hitting it. So that's more of a road glide issue than a knock on the radio. And last but not least, koozies. So one from a Pittsburgh bar, one from some guy called Professional Monkey. Ran into them at Sturgis last year, and that's where that thing came from. So it went across country, came back, is getting back out. This is for my cup holders. These are zero reducers. They're good for just popping in and out of those cup holders real quick if you have a small water bottle so you don't lose it. And yes, all that stuff will fit in the bike. I'll get that packed up, show you guys how that looks. Probably follow up on that because we're going to get some of our clothes packed and we'll see how this all goes. But do have a pattern for how I put that stuff in there so I can find it. And that's the key to it, being able to find this stuff easy, quick, painlessly, or in your side of the road if you have to grab your rain gear or whatever. And a couple little other tricks here. Gallon Ziploc bags. 2 things those do for you. Well, 3 really. Not only organization, but if by chance you have a situation where your bag leaks, whatever you're traveling with, and you don't get your rain cover on quick enough, that'll keep stuff dry. It also makes it easier to find certain things, and it's great for dirty clothes. So motorcycle traveling is a little bit different. You don't have room, of course, that's obvious. But to keep your clothes separated, dirty socks, whatever, put them in there. They're not mingled with everything else. Makes it a little bit easier. And then when you go to do your laundry, because I will do laundry at least once while we're out there, it just makes it easier. You can reuse those. You can also get them out there if you forget them, because there's Walmarts and stuff everywhere. This would be the 3rd time out of the 9 times I haven't pulled a trailer out with the bike. So I think it's kind of funny. I have a sticker on the side of my bike that says that I rode my bike the trailer week. I pull a trailer with the bike, so it's not a knock on anybody that actually tows out. I don't care how you get there, as long as you get there and you're safe. But I found it to be kind of a neat little running joke to put down on ours. I pull the trailer out. I love to ride. I still can. Getting a little bit older now, so I'm taking a little bit longer. But while I can do it, I'm still going to. So that being said, we'll get this video wrapped up and keep it short. Just some little tips on how we pack, and we'll show you getting on the bike here. That's a whole other video. I don't want to make this too long. Hopefully this gets some views. Hopefully it helps some folks out. Let me know. I plan on the way out. I also taken something different this year. New to me is camera gear. That's an X3 with extra batteries. Also a tablet for editing, so I'm not trying to do it on this little tiny cell phone. So, that being said, we'll film some stuff on the way out, get that posted up. Probably a bunch of shorts. Do some definite point of view stuff as we do Iron Mountain Road, Needles, whatever kind of cool stuff we see out on the highway. So, look for that video. Have that stuff coming up. And till then, peace out. Take care. We'll talk to you next time.